Hi, and welcome back to Just Another Stitch. For those that don't know me, my name is Connie, and if you're new to my channel, I'd like to welcome you. Today, I'm going to show you how to do the chevron stitch, and I'm going to show you how to do the stockinette stitch method for it. And with the stockinette stitch, that's typically where you knit on the front side of your work, and then on the back side of the work, you do the purl stitch. But this is going to be doing it in the chevron style, so it's going to be a little different. So when you cast on, you want to do in multiples of 14. And on my sample, I did 3 multiples of 14. But your cast on is going to be based on how long you want your project to be. But it has to be in multiples of 14. And if you notice, after each 14 stitches, I place a stitch marker. This helps makes it easier to keep track of your counting of the stitches, so you know that it's easier to catch a mistake. And since this is the front side of the work, I also placed a stitch marker. That way I know the difference between the front and the back of my work. And the 14 stitches, this is how those stitches are going to go. You're going to knit front and back, knit 4 stitches, then you're going to do a slip, knit, passover stitch, then you're going to knit 2 together, then you're going to knit 4 stitches and knit front and back. And you're going to repeat this all the way on your odd numbered rows. Every odd number row, you're going to do the series. And then on the even numbered rows, the back side, you're going to do purl stitch. It's just going to be all purl stitch. Okay, so I am going to show you how to do this series of stitches. And I also have a playlist of all my knitting tutorials. So most of these stitches, you're going to find a tutorial that's going to go more in detail on how to do a lot of these stitches. So you might want to go check that playlist out in case you have questions on how to do any of these stitches or anything to do with this tutorial. So we're going to start off with a knit front and back stitch. And I'm going to bring in a new color, since with the chevron stitch, it tends to have different colors. Okay, so I'm doing the knit front and back. And with a new color, it's going to be loose. Oops. Can't get in the back of the stitch. I still don't quite have it. Okay, there I go. Okay. And let me make sure I got the right. Okay. So basically that's just an increase, which is going to give you 1 extra stitch. Okay. So now we're going to knit 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So now we're going to do the slip, knit, passover stitch. Okay. So you slip this stitch, you knit 1, and you pass over the stitch that you slipped. Okay. Now we're going to knit 2 together. And now we're going to knit 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now we're going to do knit front and back. Oops. Hold up a minute, I messed up there. Okay, I'm going to start that knit front and back again, okay? Okay. And as you can see, we did our 14 stitches. And you come across that stitch marker and you're going to slip that. Okay, and now we're going to repeat those 14 stitches again. Knit front and back. Okay. Knit 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. Now we're going to slip knit pass over. So slip that stitch. Knit 1. And you're going to pass over. Okay. We'll push these stitches up. Now we're going to knit 2 together. Oops. Sorry about that. I'm at an awkward angle. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to knit 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now knit front and back. Okay. Pass your stitch marker. Okay. Now we're going to do the last 14 stitches. Okay. So let's knit front and back. Okay, knit 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Slip knit pass over. So slip, knit 1, and pass over. Okay. Knit 2 together. Knit 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. And we're going to knit front and back that last stitch. Okay, and we have completed the row. Okay, so now you want to turn it over. That's all you're doing. You're now on the back side, which is an even row. And now we're going to just purl all the way on every stitch on that back row, okay? And I'll do a few purls, but okay. Purl. Okay, and you just keep purling every stitch. And when you finish that row, then you go back to your front side and you repeat the 14 stitches and just go completely down that row. Then when you finish that row, you go back to the back side and then you're going to purl. And you just keep repeating that process. And that is how you do the chevron stitch with the stockinette stitch method.